It's 0800 389 7321. Back to Farm Watch next. Going to find out about the role that AI plays and using microphones to listen out for bees in the fields. We'd look at farming here on Daytimes, and we're always hearing about the potential of artificial intelligence, how it could change not just how we work, but how we farm. And British Sugar Farms in Norfolk are working with one tech business to use AI to protect and improve biodiversity. It's a trial by AgriSound, which are using acoustic sensors to listen out for bees and other pollinators to understand how they behave during crop rotations. It is fascinating stuff. So it's happening at Grove Farm in Gimmingham near Munsley, and our reporter Jack McLean has been there for us today.
Well, a lot of phone signal here. There's not a lot here apart from sugar beet. That is what there is a lot in front of me. And it's a very interesting trial that is taking place. And I've got two gents here who's going to tell us a bit more. Hello, who are you and what do you do?
Hi, I'm Ali Cargill from Prit Farms Limited, and I am the farmer here who grows the crop of sugar beet. And this is it really, yeah.
And I'm Sam Summers. I work for British Sugar out of the Cantney factory, and my job title is an agricultural contract manager.
Okay, that's an interesting job title. We'll come to that in a moment because who knows what that means. But let's start with you, Ali. First up, we're talking Farm Watch is a big thing on the BBC today. We're talking all about farms, celebrating farms. In front of us here, from the naked eye, from what I can tell, you've got a fantastic crop.
We have had an extreme drought this year. So the crop, in terms of yield, we'll see how it comes out, but actually it looks pretty good considering.
And this is all in trial with these sensors here. Just tell me about what this is that I'm standing in front of. It's a solar panel and then some wires.
Okay, so this is from AgriSound, and it is an insect monitor which works remotely. So there's a smart SIM card in there, and there's a monitor on the bottom of this particular post, which is facing a wildflower margin right next to the field of sugar beet, and that is measuring wing beat speed and produces an algorithm which then determines which type of bee species we've got in this actual crop here next.
So after you've collected this data, what will it allow you to do?
Well, the idea is that it gives us a baseline on the insect life that we have growing in these wildflower margins. And once we've established the baseline, we can then hopefully improve on that year on year by changing the type of habitat that we have available for them. So access to water, different plant species, and then consequently, we hope that that will then interact with the crop that's growing right next to this wildflower margin.
Sam, British Sugar, what's your role in this? Why are you interested in this?
So this is part of our sustainability journey. Sugar beet has challenges, let's put it like that, because it's a winter harvested crop, but then also it has got huge opportunity to add to add benefits to the farms. So similar to what Ali said, we want to understand what's going on the farms and then how to impact it and how to improve it as well. And our footprint is 90 to 95,000 hectares. So if we can start to build a picture of what's going on, we can start the conversations between all of our farmers and hope that we can add benefits to the environment that we work in.
It's little steps, but this could make a real big difference, couldn't it?
Absolutely. It's one of those things you don't know until you know. So if you can't measure it, you can't manage it. So it's great that we can work with the likes of Ali and his farm and his staff here to start understanding, even on this small part of Norfolk where we are right now, and then we can once we know, we can start the conversations change and we can start putting some positive steps into action. When
this trial came about, Ali, how quickly did you jump at the opportunity?
Well, we've a pretty environmentally aware farming business, looking at things like the Sustainable Farming Incentive, the countryside stewardship, etc. This is just another thing which came across my desk and immediately said, yep, let's have a go. It'd be really interesting, first and foremost, to get the data back so that we can look at, are we doing the right thing? So it's all well and good to say, oh, let's go and shove in a whole load of wildflower margins and GS4s and, all of these types of things that we do under stewardship and make sure that we are doing the right thing. But actually with the data, we will now actually have proper numbers to see where we can improve on year.
And what have you seen so far? Is there anything interesting, or is it too soon to tell?
It's slightly year one, but we do have on this farm here, we've got, I think, 30 monitors on different crops. So from sugar beet through to oilseed rape through to GS4s, which are sort of herbal-rich lays for the livestock that we have. A quick plug to Pitt Farm Belted Galloways, so if anybody wants to buy some meat. No, moving on swiftly. But really, it's a really important step for us to start to understand what is in the environment around us. And this is just one little tool which will help us try and develop a better mechanism for pollination going forward.
And Sam, yourself, how happy are you to be, champion this trial?
Thrilled to bits. It's good to be putting back into it and working with our inbound supply chain. So it's part of our sustainability journey. And we've got big hungry factories as well. They're working really hard on their part of the supply chain. And this is where we've started with the agricultural sustainability work that we're doing.
Jack McLean reporting at Grove Farm in Gimmingham, and it's been created, as we heard, with British Sugar and AgriSound, who developed the project. Let's find out a little bit more about that then. Casey Woodward is the founder and chief executive of AgriSound. Good afternoon, Casey. Welcome to BBC Radio Norfolk.
Afternoon, Ed. Great to be here today.
It's excellent and really interesting stuff then. I mean, in terms of how it works, just talk us through how it works. What are you looking for?
So what the product is doing is listening out for a very specific sound, which is the sound that bees make when they flap their wings. So with this acoustic signature, what we can do is pick that up and then relay that information back through the device up to the cloud, where we can then present that as a nice dashboard with some graphs to the growers.
Yes, so the data can be taken out of that, and that's incredible. So it's able to pick up the exact sounds of these things, and you can then tell the numbers of pollinators that you've got in the area?
Absolutely. So we're really looking at what we can do to help growers to understand the types of insects they have. So do they have honeybees there or bumblebees? But then also the abundance as well. So actually, do we have them there for a small period of time, or are they there all year round, for example, as well?
And I suppose then you can get almost instant information back to show actually, yes, what you're planting, what you're doing, how you're working the land is actually having a benefit. Are you starting to see improvements coming out of this scheme?
Absolutely. So one of the big challenges we see every day is that growers and farmers tell us that they're doing all this great stuff. They're planting wildflowers or they're taking actions to protect the soil with cover crops, but it's really difficult to know what works and what doesn't work. And at the moment, the gold standard is to go out into the field with a clipboard and stand there counting. But clearly we live in a world now where labour resource is tight. And so what we're able to do is collect this data and give instant information to say, yes, this works, or no, this doesn't work. And perhaps you might want to try what another farm in the neighbouring area is doing instead.
What about rolling this out and expanding to other farms in Norfolk?
So it's absolutely on our roadmap. So we have devices with Ali, which we heard already, and we have devices across a number of other sites in Norfolk, both from an arable perspective and from an outdoor pig perspective as well. But yes, we want to make sure we can get this technology into the hands of farmers across Norfolk and across the UK as well.
Oh, fantastic. Well, that is Casey Woodward. Thank you very much for joining us, Casey. Founder and Chief Executive of AgriSound, all about listening out and using technology, using AI to listen out for pollinators in the fields as well, to make sure that we've got the right plants there, the right things that the bees want to be attracted to, the right wildflowers as well. Using technology in farming.
Farm Watch. BBC Radio Norfolk.